Good evening, one and all. Here I would like to give a talk on. I would like to talk on the introduction of data sciences and with our course. And here I would like to tell you that what exactly data science and with our course and what is the importance of this course and how it can be helpful in for our industry and to develop and I mean to increase their business prospective issues and all. That is the course I would like to explain here. Uh, Good evening, all of you. Here I would like to give a kind of introduction about this data science with R. This nowadays the buzzword data science everywhere, data engineering, data mining. These are the words are very familiar and people are talking about, and this is a kind of um, buzzword is going on round in the industry point of view. Now everyone is also looking data scientist. They want to become a data scientist. So now I would like to give what exactly this data science. Like in this entire presentation, I would like to mention these type of these kind of things I would like to mention, and I would like to highlight these issues which can help you to concentrate on this course, and which are a motivational data science and why data science and what kind of data is nowadays is happening and developing and growing. And there are a classification of data science systems and the major issues of data science and this overview of this course. Right, let us see first. Before I would like to start this course and about this course, like everyone in the life, we are looking for kind of a junction we have to stand in and thinking that where to go. Like after a completion of a plus two, a student is staying in a junction that what kind is going to medicine or maybe engineering or in other direction. Like similarly, an industry, whenever they are going to uh, increase their business and in business point of view, and which is the area is mostly get benefits and which is the good path to go in the business line and taking some kind of business decisions. So there is sometimes an ambiguity to take a decision, and either you can go in this direction or going to another direction. So this kind of thing is always there in a human personal point of view as well as an industry and everywhere. So like you look at here, like a student is like to join a course. Which course is better? What is the course is going for good in the market right now? So like in every and a human being internally, or might be an industry, they are looking for to take some certain decision in particular point of view. So in this junction, in this point, uh, we need certain help to find out a proper path to go ahead. So in this line, for industry perspective and industry point of view, if you want to take a decision to go ahead with a business, we need certain data to analyze the data. According to that results, we can go ahead. So like you need to take a decision on for the business point of view, you need certain data to access. So like if you want to take a decision to join in engineering or medicine, like a student is able to find out so many ways and availabilities of data and who already joined in this course and how they are getting it. These are all kind of things can be collected data and analyze and finally find out a solution. Like similarly, here in this case also, and every industry is also going for a particular point of direction. They're definitely used to find out in this junction. So this point of view, this data science is very essential part is a very essential part to take a decision for the business point of view. So the data science definitely helps. Data science definitely helps for every industry to go in a direction, to take a kind of decision. And if you want to take a decision without having any data on your hand, then very tough to take a decision, and even the decision is how much it is right or wrong, we cannot decide. So altogether, collectively, data is very essential to take a future decisions. So if you have a data is not enough, you need to work on analyze the data properly and find out a pattern or a decision, then stick out to the decision and go ahead. That may be helpful for the industry. So in this perspective, in every industry, because of a globalization, there is a competitiveness in the entire world. Now every industry is looking for uh, kind of analysis on their thing and go ahead into their business perspective and their business direction. So in this way, this data science definitely helps for an every industry irrespective of their domain, and it it is going to give a kind of decisions to further proceedings. So that is the reason data science is very essential, how essential to take part of every industry. So now coming to the point of what is data science and how it can. Very basically in every computer science and a basic data scientist can learn about these, or they know what is data and what is information and what is knowledge. These are very basic things. Normally data has been converted into information. The information is nowadays converted into a knowledge. This is very essential part. If you have a data with facts that can be converted into information according to this, and that information is converted into a knowledge, and that can be converted into a wisdom, and that can enlighten for the clarity perception for the industry. So that is the importance of data science. Data science is also known as data driven science. So it means it is a multidisciplinary field about scientific methods, processes, and systems to extract knowledge. So it means you have used data since last 5 years. The data is used to analyze it and find out what is the advantage. Like we like to see in a supermarket, find out the different transaction data, who is the customer, come and buy, what is the age, and what type of items he or she has been buying. So according to that statistics, we can find out in future what kind of items may be chances there to sell in future. So like we need to find out certain patterns. This data science can help in that direction. And nowadays the data has been growing like anything. It's a drastic increase data, but data is not only in a single form. Nowadays data has been growing in different forms, in particularly and audio, video, text, and the multimedia, whatnot. So the data increasing, but processing power also need to be increased accordingly to analyze the data. The collection of the data collection and data availability, nowadays available in different automated tools collect the databases from the web, from the different organizations through many ways. Similarly, there are many different electronic business, e-commerce sites and transactions, stock, and many different, like in cricket score, many things data has been generating. So use the data appropriately so that can be converted into a proper knowledge. That is the major point of data science. Now coming to the how the data science has been coming into the evolution. In 1960s, just we collect the data and database creation, and that information system can be created. It's enough for the organization to know what happened in last 1 year, 2 years, that's it. But now, the later on, that data collection is converted into relational databases, and there are some certain rules and regulations can be applicable on the data. Then in the 80s, there are certain more rules are implicated on the data, and find out more advanced data models are implemented, included in the databases, and that can be slowly driven into an application point of view, and that database is also able to talk about a spatial scientific engineering. 1990s, it was happening data mining, warehousing. It means the generated data, actually the data generation, production of data has been started in the 90s rapidly. And then now in this particular thing, people are talking streaming of data management and data mining and its applications, web data, many things. But now that data has been drastically increases in the 2010 onwards, then the term databases and all those things converted into a data science. So because of the huge size of data has been increasing, that would like to make it into a proper way and find out a knowledge from this data. That is very essential for this. So I would like to give a brief idea about this, what about database and data sciences for your understanding here. So basically data values contains in the databases, these are very precious data value in the databases, but in the data science one data value is not that much important, but uh, beyond that data values we might think about, and volume of data is a bit small size, but in the data science is very massive and huge, and terabytes of data has been uh, available. And some examples of people are using in banks and personal and medical records, but here online clicks, GPS tweets, building sensor readings, and many things has been, online streaming data has been coming into a picture. Priorities here, we always think about consistency and recovery and auditability, but that part is not important in the data sciences, but here important is speed, availability, and query richness, and how query is able to quickly get the information. And structure is point of view in databases, strong schemas must be used, but here schema is not a point, and only data mostly we can form in the textual form. There are some properties like acid properties we normally use, like atomicity, consistency, and isolation and durability. And here SQL mostly we can use, but now in the data sciences so many kind of tools has been developed, like NoSQL and MongoDB, ConsDB, many things also we can talk about those things. So anyway, this is a basic difference between this data and data sciences for a basic understanding. So then in the process of data science, what exactly we can carry forward to get the knowledge. So basically you understood that what is the knowledge. So now we are going to talk about this, how to convert your data into knowledge. But in basically the real world data is normally an inconsistent, and it is noisy and incomplete. So we can use that as it is for to analyze. So then it is very difficult to get difficult to extract a proper knowledge. So in this point of view, before converted exactly the data into a knowledge, it must be clean. So it eliminates some noisy and inconsistency, and some incomplete data can be eliminated using some certain processing methods. So then that can be loaded into a data warehouse, which is a huge repository of data. So then we need to find out from there what is the data exactly you are going to analyze that indicates the task relevant data. Then that can be converted into, analyzed into, or converted into your required patterns. That pattern provide you the knowledge. So in this process, this data mining, data sciences can play a very essential and important role in this point of view. So once you do this, then we can use to convert into business decisions according to the previous slide. So what this data science, what is my prerequisite for this data science? So basically this data science is multidisciplinary field with many other domains, ideas incorporated into the data sciences. So in this point of view, like we need a basic statistics idea, and database technologies and machine learning, pattern recognition, algorithms, and other basic disciplines like even nowadays has been using the artificial intelligence also. So now this data analysis, there are earlier traditional techniques has been used, but those traditional techniques may not applicable nowadays data due to size has been increased, dimensionality of the data has been increased, because of other complexities of data has been incorporated like streams, sensor data, time series data, and temporal data. So because of all these things, the traditional data analysis techniques are not applicable nowadays, so we need to look into the modern tools and techniques. So in this part, multidimensional view of data sciences, the data has been in different forms, and data to be mined, we need to use different types of data available like transactional, stream, object-oriented, and spatial, time series, text, and multimedia, because everyone has been using a smartphone with Twitter, Facebook, and many other things. The data has been generated. We need to evaluate and analyze the data. Knowledge to be mined. So what type of knowledge, what type of things we need. So then we need to use some kind of technologies here like discrimination analysis, association, rule mining, and classification, clustering. These are all kind of machine learning techniques used to mine knowledge, and other type of techniques utilized, and there are other applications. In other way, the data sciences used any type of data is able to handle. It might be heterogeneous databases, spatial, and multimedia, text, whatnot. So there are different types of functionalities it can able to perform based on the different technologies. And there are functionalities it can be happen, I told you and earlier, like cluster analysis. We need to analyze your data, make them into groups. And there are outlier analysis. Sometimes the data has been in the, it is an extra, I mean, the values has been differently behaves. Its small values or big values suddenly changes. And other pattern statistical analysis, trends, and regression analysis, these are also part of these data sciences. In the data sciences, major issue is mining technologies, mining different kinds of knowledge from vast data types, biostreams, web, and whatnot. There are different applications can be used. Very essentially, this is very basically you understand about this data and data analysis, how it is important, and choosing tools for data sciences. There are different tools that are available in the market. Some few are Excel, RDBMS, and Python, R, and Hadoop. In this course, most probably you can concentrate it on the R tool, which is very important for data analysis with the proper visualization. And in the process of this data sciences, data preparation, certain tools are prescribed: Hadoop, RDBMS, and SQL. Exploratory analysis, there is Excel and R tools are used. Influence prediction, normally Python and R used. Solution implementation, Python and custom code is used. Results communication, normal Excel. So these are basically provided. This type of tools are appropriate for each stage in the data science evaluation, and data science can be used. So if you learn this course, you want to become a data scientist, then you can be able to do certain tasks like a data pre-processing, processor, visualizer, an innovator, and data miner, and researcher and analyzer of data, and data conditioner. You as data scientists play a major role. Without data scientists nowadays, the organizations cannot be go further because they need to take over the decisions. So altogether, this course is basically designed for this designed for any fundamental learner, and they should come and start learning about basic machine learning techniques and data mining techniques and data based technologies, how to convert the overused data into a knowledge. And then you might be go ahead with these things. And this course is probably we are going to give certain content, and this content is going to be cover. Let me show here for your understanding. This course probably it contains these are the course objectives and course outcomes, but basically we need to talk about this course is talking about module wise. In the first module, we are providing this introduction of data science and with overview of R, installing how to install R and working directory settings and R console and input. Data types are missing values in R, vectors and lists and data frames, metrics, And module 2 we are covers control statements, how to use control statements in R and different things and R functions. And module 3 we need to cover that looping functions and debugging tools in R, and these aspects of R makes R useful for both interactive work and writing longer code. And then in the module 4 you can able to write some other functions generating random numbers and random sampling, like these are going to be extended. This is a basic course is going to be covered in this one. Once you cover